Sup kings, queens, and hottie babes in between, it's me, your fella Creme. Love that began watching the video, but before we get into it, go ahead and click that big red button, ring the bell, and tell your homies to go like and comment before giving them juicy, and I mean the juiciest, sloppy talk.
Alright, it is recording.
It's always awkward. Hello, welcome everyone. Hello, YouTube. We're gonna do summoning session for the new Hinoka, which probably is gonna get fucked over by Gatekeeper whenever his Refine comes out, but you know, you can always run past on your flyers, so I feel like her support is still invaluable. So we'll see. Also, she gives the special charges to everyone, not just flyers, which is also interesting, so... but yeah. If you like my content and you want to support the channel, please consider like, sharing, and subscribing. We're trying to hit 200 subs by the end of the month, which is literally just today, so... probably not gonna happen, but you know what? Who knows? Maybe this video can go hard. But yeah. I have, I'm joined by M and Zishato today, so that's pretty cool.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Alright, so, yeah, let's get into this. Actually, before we start, in typical summoning session fashion, what castle design should we run for this session?
Oh, is this a typical thing?
It's a semi-typical thing that I like doing. Like, we basically just choose which design we like, and then we'll bring luck to the summoning session.
I'm thinking golden deer. I like the golden deer.
I agree.
Okay.
See, great minds think alike.
Golden deer is great.
Okay, let's do it. So, in general, we're going to be summoning on all circles because I don't have enough orbs, but in general, I like all the units on the banner, so I wouldn't mind pulling on all circles. Of course, Legendary Corn and Micaiah are not that worth it, but most of the colors are pretty worth it if you don't have like a single copy of some units. Like, I don't have Myrrh, I don't have Nana, I don't have Hinoka, obviously.
Yeah, there's a lot of good one-offs here.
Yeah, definitely.
Like Robin.
Oh man, Robin. I was like having problems thinking about if I have to pick between Hinoka and Robin, who I'm gonna pick. Like if I don't get either or during the summons and I get to Spark.
Ooh, I guess yeah, that's tough.
It's gonna
Are you looking to sorry? Are you look? You don't have either. What? Wait, no, you're summoning for Hinoka right now.
I'm summoning
I assume
Hinoka right now, but I don't have Robin.
Okay.
So...
See, that's interesting because Robin is like really dumb. I think we could both attest to that. You said you mentioned earlier before recording that you play a lot of competitive summoner duels. Yeah, unity to everybody and just debuffs, because debuffs, great unit.
Oh yeah.
I think the problem is that he's such an auto ban that I'm just like worried that it's just like, am I even going to be able to use him in competitive?
That is.
See, that's the issue.
Yeah.
You could always bring him, but I found that if you could just overload all your teams, which easier said than done, then it's going to be harder to ban some over the others. I think Robin, at least on his own, could just warrant like a ban team if you just don't have the units for just enough units to bring to summoner duels anyway.
Yeah, it's true. I think I did that this. Yeah, I did it this summoner duels season. That I did like a Fallen Byleth, Fallen Maria, for Mortis, Duo Crom, Cordelia bait team, and people fell for it. Yeah. So, like, I had no idea what to do with my fourth team, but just having that combination of like all those meta units like scared people, I guess.
I mean, I think that's what makes it really interesting because you can't see anything about the unit that you just see in the preview. It's just the portrait.
Actually, speaking of that, I do have like one pet peeve about summoner duels. It's like, okay, so I don't know if you bought like a Binding Worlds whatever thing ever and like redeemed it, but when you're in the banning phase, it shows whether or not a unit is like, it has like the blue portrait, the blue frame. So with my Altina, I have like a Altina from Binding Worlds. Everyone knows it has guidance, and like mine came with guard 4, but I wanted guard bearing, so I just gave it to her. So now she just lives everything. But yeah, like it's kind of unfair that it just shows off everything.
I feel like anybody bringing Altina to Summoner Duels probably has a good idea of what they're in for.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Like, you could always do the guidance shtick, which is generally more not free-to-play friendly, but a lot of the times you could also bring raid bosses, and they're usually paired up with stuff like Legendary Eliwood, Saros, and all those, just because, yeah, stats. That's what you need for Altina.
Yep.
I'm finding it crazy that, like, Vantage is becoming like so prominent in Summoner Duels, like especially because we can only run one Hardy Bearing. So now we have like there's like 4 teams with all Vantage units. Like, it's gonna get even worse as we get like more competent Vantage units, and with like SOV Palla coming in this Hall, we're gonna have like so many Vantage units.
Yeah, that's gonna be annoying.
I think really the more prominent ones are definitely going to be Camilla, just because she just works out of the gate, and Altina just because of all the effects she gets. I think Fallen Female Byleth may end up showing some decent usage. It's hard to say right now, she's too new, but
yeah,
I think more so the checks for a lot of these Vantage units is going to be Water Sweep or Wind Sweep. Suppose, if they bring it, of course. I think alone is probably going to warrant enough of a check for that.
Yeah, most Vantage units rely on the high attack, but then they have like a dump stat and speed, excluding Byleth, which yeah.
But Hinoka does have Fire Sweep in her weapon, so she could just do it.
It's very true.
I initially thought it was only against green units, but then I read it after trying to do the Abyssal, and I was sorely mistaken on that.
Oh no.
I mean, it was fine. It was just one of those, like, it caught me off guard for a second type deals.
Yeah, I mean, Legendary Hinoka is just a better Pirate Hinoka.
Real.
But, however, them working together might actually not be that bad. Pirate and
interesting.
Pirate and Legendary.
Hinoka, well, the Pirate one is really dedicated just to countering blues, so her usage is much more limited comparatively. But I wonder if that would really be worth... Well, actually...
The duo skill is the thing I'm thinking about.
Yeah, no, the duo skill is pretty good, too.
It's like extra movement and gravity.
Yeah, that sounds right.
It's kind of like a pseudo duo Thor button for, like, anti-range units, which I kind of liked, but then I killed her because I needed a trace, so...
Yeah, fair enough.
Supposedly, I guess I just didn't value it enough.
She's hard to slot in.
Refine, but I don't think she's really that crazy of a unit anyway.
No.
Exactly. Oh, I got a close call. I can fodder a Byleth if I ever need to. Myr, let's go! Oh my god, I have the anti-whatever unit.
Bro, you got Gatekeeper too.
Anti-fund the unit. Oh no, minus defense. Well, at least plus res, but... support, yeah. Always have that problem when summoning kid units. Is like, well, I can't put it in my favorites of Dill for MILF category, so I had to put in support.
True.
Okay, so let's see here. Well, we got Myr, which is very useful, and close call fodder.
Yeah,
not too shabby so far.
Pretty close.
It's going all right. Yeah, I'm thinking like, because I really wanted to like keep around Byleth, but I have to like see how she does in Summoner Duels. Because this season I couldn't really use her.
No, and it's funny because as someone who has her merged up, I don't think she's like that crazy. I mean, she's good, obviously, but
yeah, I feel like people freaked out for no reason.
Yeah,
about her. Which, I mean, at least she's fodder if I ever, like, want to build, like, a favorite speedy unit. Like, I don't know. Let's just say, like, a speedy Lance Hanneman or, I don't know. Whenever Manuela gets an ult. It's never going to happen, but we have the Christmas
Beast
version already.
Manuela, maybe.
Based Manuela. She's going to be a staff unit.
Oh, yeah.
But I can cope.
Devote staff, it will happen. I can see it.
That's a good thing we don't have a lot of those.
True. Of course. Did we get like back to back?
Did we get back to back what?
Healer demotes. I don't remember what month it was.
That was with Fates. I remember that. No, it was Fates and the Arcanea one.
Yeah, the Arcanea battle was when Nina and Marv's sister.
Elise. And then we got Dwyer after that.
Oh god.
Oh my god, it's Edelgard.
Oh yeah.
I don't even remember anything about them outside of just they make something colorless just a bit worse. But I think the only thing I remember from just any of those demote staffs was Elise just having 41 base attack for whatever reason. I thought that was funny.
Oh.
Well, I remember that Nina, or I think it's Nina, because Nina is.
I think it is Nina.
Yeah, it's Nina. But Nina, she has sabotage speed and then the guard staff, which I mean I think it's pretty valuable if you're trying to fodder for those kind of stuff.
Yeah, I was hoping we would get sabotage speed eventually. That was at least more accessible, other than like 5 stars or Plumeria or any of those. I'm holding out for sabotage defense outside of Cornelia, but I think so far having them really accessible like that is pretty good.
I'm glad that they're fine. Like all the sabotagers are finally in. Because there's a point when I wanted to run like sabotage defense. I was like, oh, is it really only on Mirabilis or something? Was it Mirabilis? I think it was Mirabilis.
Yeah.
It was like so annoying because I never could get a copy of her because I started playing competitively much later than most other players, so I never really got a Mirabilis during like the banner where she like came out. So yeah. I could never fodder sabotage defense because I never had her to begin with.
Yeah, no, it was way too expensive. Although, admittedly, it was arguably the best sabotage we had for a long while, and it was a pretty good beast slot. Still is, but there's just also a lot more competition now, so I think they don't care as much.
I think a lot of people are scared of Robin too. They just don't run it.
Oh yeah, there's that too. Robin, yeah, no, any sort of debuff like that's just gonna... It's not gonna work out. You can ban it, but...
You just ban it. I mean, like, Robin's just such an auto-ban that I just start running, like, excessive debuffs, because I'm just like, well, I'm banning Robin anyways, so what's the point?
Let me bring you... Let me bring all that shit.
I will never let a Robin team go through, unless I just have no other choice. But
like, even with Snag and, like, the sabotage stuff, it's just like... It doesn't mean anything is a problem. Like, Mark just balances out the... Yes! Oh my god, Alicia!
Nice.
Oh my god, we won the 1 and 3. No way. Okay.
Oh, you didn't have her. Nice.
Oh my god. Oh, I got a DM, but I don't know from where. Lamau. Oh, she's neutral. Well, I mean, I'm killing her for Cornelia, but I'm glad I got the Floret.
Yeah, let's say if any Florets right now is really good. I wish I had that right now.
I killed like 2 of my units with Florets because I was investing into like favorites, but then I started becoming a competitive player. I'm just like, well, I can't use Easter Bartray or Pledgeon Raphael anymore, so fuck it. And I killed them for like, I think it was like Distant Defense 4 and like a Farsafe for Brave Edelgard, and then from Bartray I got Cancel Control and Attack Speed Finish for Crom, but Sedge.
I think I'll give my dual Crom Special Fire 4 from this banner if it goes well.
I would have loved Special Spyro 4, but it's not coming. I don't. The luck has been kind of like,
Yeah.
But hopefully we can get one more 5-star before the end of the circle. But we'll see.
We shall.
I'm glad I got Mur and Alencia though. That's actually very valuable.
Yeah, those are good pulls, all things considered.
Yeah, especially with the 4-star specials you got. So it's an overall good haul.
Yeah.
So far.
Now we might have to decide between Hinoka and Robin though. Is the problem.
I'm not prepared to make that choice. That's tough. That is tough.
I think the priority is Hinoka because she opens so many doors with support, and she's not necessarily an autoban, but at the same time...
I think she might become one. I mean, we'll catch her. But I think that's a lot of units, honestly. All being a good example. You see,
if anything, she might just be a newer legendary bonus in an upcoming Summoner Duel season, but I actually don't remember how they do that whole thing anyway, just in terms of bonuses.
It's typically the newest legendary and then the newest mythic being there,
I would just grab that then.
Yeah, probably.
But
you know, like it could have a mythic or something else, like on it, you know. Especially with the midpoint banner coming around. Choices. He's just such a fucking autoban, though. I'm worried.
I know.
He's an autoban, but he's fun. You have Hinoka, who could also be a lot of fun, and I also don't think she's a complete autoban. I guess for what it's worth, too, she's going to be dealing with armors a lot better than a lot of your other units, probably.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was thinking, so this is my, like, plans with Hinoka. Because of her rallying cry, I'm thinking of running her with Leg Yarn, who I can finally use after all this time. And Dogger, potentially, if I cannot run, like, a Cav line. So then I just run a Flyer line. And then, one other unit. I heard about Cordelia being useful because of the harmonic skill with Treachery. And you can run that with Hinoka.
Oh yeah, she's very tall.
Give her the Treachery. But there was one other unit I had in mind. Well, Altina, obviously. And then Shadows of Valencia Palla, who I'm getting from this group.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, why not?
It's so late, but I think I kind of have to at this point because we didn't get Robin.
Yeah, no. I mean, Robin would be a good pickup, but it seems like you have an idea for a Hinoka team, so...
I could always come back to this banner, but I feel like it's kind of a waste to go into a banner without any, like, spark to back up.
Yeah.
I also have the Fallen banner to spark again, but that's not going to happen this time around. I think I might just leave it alone. 7 days is not enough to gather enough free-to-play orbs.
No.
Okay, so... Well, I broke my pity on the Fallen banner, so I think I should be fine. Okay, well, we're going for Hinoka. Even if Gatekeeper goes crazy, I think just having Pass would counter that.
I mean, yeah, Pass B slot with Rallying Cry, why not? Just wait for Pass 4, though.
I was about to say, Pass 4.
Pass 4 coming. I also feel like Robin might start getting, like, shafted with counters.
Yeah,
because like they're already making the intention to kick him out of the meta with like Snags and then also Mark, but no one pulled on the Mark banner, and if they did, they went for Armored Beacon mainly.
Yeah.
I feel like it's hard to say whether or not he's going to get kicked out of the meta anytime soon, considering all the support he gets. Because even with Sabotage themselves, you still have the end of turn debuffs that you just can't remove. You have the Unity effects. It's a lot. He provides a lot of support that most other units of this kind really can't do. And I don't think, even with something like new Sabotages or Snags, I feel like Snags are probably better against the armors. I feel like it's going to take a lot more than that to really just push him out.
Yeah, I think I can kind of agree. That's really hard to
Rip.
say.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, we got some pretty good stuff. Let's see here. Obtained. Well, actually, let me make a little barracks thing. A brigade, if you will.
Brigade.
Brigade. La, 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 la. Okay, we started around the Fallen Heroes stuff. We got this. I'm surprised we won 1 and 3 like 2 times. That was pretty good.
That's a W.
Okay, so we got Merida, close call. Mer plus defense minus res, kind of a bummer. However, she does have the legendary effect with defense plus 4. That's actually, I didn't know that.
Oh.
That's quite good.
Yeah, I think that res is really the IV you're looking at, mostly. I mean, it does suck that defense is the bane, but I think you can make it work.
We got Alincia and then Hinoka, who will be a very fun unit to play around with. What do you guys think about Wings of Mercy? Should that... Because I was thinking of changing it off for something else, but I don't really know.
I definitely think
I would
for
definitely ditch it.
summoner duels, you definitely want like seal speed 4.
Oh yeah, that's true. I don't have that to give though. Let me see what we
A
got.
rip.
Uh,
I think it's like the
we
only
got-
other beat skill. I guess preempt maybe, but like...
Yeah, seal speed I think is on my Shez right now, and yeah, I don't want
Oh
to
yeah,
kill any
yeah,
of
you don't
those
want-
units.
No.
Defense, no.
It sucks that flyers do not have any options.
Yeah, it's kind of true. Sid, but I think Wings of Mercy should be fine for now.
Yeah.
For
If
what
anything.
it's worth, it's a defense debuff during combat. It's better than nothing.
Yeah. Well, it looks like the Golden Deer brought me some pretty good luck. Not gonna lie. Good. Thank goodness. But yeah, I think that's the end of the video. I'm gonna go train up my new toys and then probably begin editing this video because it's 9:30 in the morning. I could probably have it up by the end of today. So here's hoping. Yes.
You can do it.
Okay, I can do it. So, yeah, if you liked the video, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing as always. Yeah, that's basically it. You guys got anything else to say before we close out?
No,
Nothing on my
subscribe.
end.
Subscribe.
Subscribe!
Subscribe. There you go.
Okay, and with that being said, this is Krem, and yeah, bye.
Goodbye.